Hey, Victor.
All right, Victor. Good morning. It's Friday, June the 7th, and this is the regular meeting of Lorain County Board of Commissioners.
Please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Commissioner Riddell?
Here.
Commissioner Moore?
Here.
Commissioner Hunt? We have a quorum under resolutions number 1, investments.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion.
For those that are watching, you'll note the trend. The interest payments on our loans are starting to rise. That's a reflection of the increased rate environment. When you're paying, it's bad news. When you're receiving, it's good news.
Someone's probably disagreeing with you.
So, that's it.
Okay. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
All right.
Number 2, appropriations.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
All right.
Number 3, transfers.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
All right.
Number 4, advances, repayments.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
All right.
Number 5, requisitions.
Page 1. How about page 2?
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion.
I bring your attention to the 930,000 for 1183.
Go back a
Item
page.
1183 on the first page, just so you're aware, that's the cost of the software services and so forth for running an efficient county and making sure that we can get the affairs done.
It's also closing the back doors. It protects,
Yes.
and it's a protection, so.
Yes, because you have to keep up with the hackers.
And page 2 is, if you take a look at that, items number 188 through 191, those are the results of your bed tax, so, from the Visitors Bureau. Helping promote a lot of things going on. Next weekend, the Taste of History in Amherst, I'm just plugging that because this is their second event. And they had over 2,500 people come in and they reenact every war that we've had since back to the American Revolution. So get to get a little taste of the of what they ate out in the field. So it's a nice event. So
Anything further?
Go ahead, Teresa.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
All right.
Number 6, travel.
Like the Board of Elections is getting up to speed. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Number 7, bills.
I show 3 pages.
First page is the general fund. Page 2, Victor. These are incidental expenses for different funds. Forensic lab. Page 3. Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Number 8, county commissioners may recess an executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, along with any other matters as specifically identified by motion in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 121.22G 1 through 8, unless expressly stated otherwise during executive session. Matters discussed in executive session are designated by the county commissioners as confidential. Because the confidentiality of such matters is necessary for the proper conduct of government business, any disclosure outside of executive session is prohibited by the Ohio Revised Code 102.03B. While in executive session, the county commissioners may discuss and deliberate on the matters at issue, but no votes may be taken until open session resumes.
It's my understanding we may be going into executive session, so
Yes, we are.
we'll wait. We'll come back to that.
Public comment, I don't have any forms for anything.
Okay.
Is there any old business?
On for money.
No?
That's for me.
D, board business. 9, approve and waive the reading of the county commissioners meeting minutes of May 21st of 2024.
Move to approve.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Rondo?
Aye.
Number 10, amendment resolution 23-870 adopted December 15th of 23, authorizing Lorain County Administrator to execute certain necessary documents on behalf of Lorain County Board of Commissioners. They may occur between the commissioners' biweekly meetings in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 305.30. Amendment is to reflect the addition of and/or Lorain County Deputy Administrator.
Move to approve.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to discuss.
Okay. Have you two worked out who's gonna do what and when?
We have. I mean, based on who's here and who's not here, I mean, both Karen and I are very capable of handling the payment of these or signing the requisitions to get KC to move it forward and get the auditor's office to move forward.
Well-
So that we don't have any late fees or interest payments that we're gonna have to pay. So, working with the treasurer's office and the auditor, we are breaking down the silo a little bit to get these things paid so that we meet what the state auditors ask us to do, and that is not have late payments and not have interest payments to be made. And we're hopeful with this change that we can move these requisitions through and get them paid on time, as well as moving money. Hopefully, there is some electronic movement of money, and we're slowly working with the treasurer's office, with the auditor's office to get this done, and made a lot of progress. Right, guys? Casey? So this will help us move this process along. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, in more layman's terms, it's like the process is taking us to get a check out to, you see us every week approving credit cards. And it takes too long to pay it. We get late fees and interest fees, and the state doesn't like that. So this is to accelerate that process so that you guys we can get these bills paid on time through the auditor's office, right? Bottom line, that's it, right? Okay.
Yeah, and then commissioners, if I can, like I said, where we're striving to get to and where we're taking our baby steps towards is the ability to electronically pay our vendors through EFTs or wires or whatnot. So the treasurer's office has begun the process of, I believe they said they're already making some electronic payments to like the communities and whatnot for their tax settlement payments. So that's the first step. So we're slowly, as Mr. Armbruster mentioned, we're slowly working towards that goal.
It's a little emotional thinking that here we are in 2024 and we're talking about wire transfers and everything else that people complain about when they want to pay their property taxes and everything else, right? you go ahead.
Complain about property taxes, period.
Yeah.
And I just, and I
Yeah.
don't wanna,
Go ahead.
especially the two of you, I don't wanna overcomplicate things. There may be some things that I could tell you guys legally about this amendment, that may matter to you or may not. So, since we are gonna rather have an executive session, if you would like to hold this until after, we can talk about it, and I can give you.
Would you like to ask to table this or
I
just
would.
hold it or hold
I think
it? What's
I don't know
easy?
that it's gonna matter to you, but I don't wanna talk about an executive session, because we might get into things that other elected officials
Okay.
are doing, and there's some legal advice there. And I don't think it's mostly, it's a technical issue, so we can table it and talk about it, I think that might help, if that's right with you.
Or hold it?
You're just gonna withdraw and then we'll
Until
just,
after
Yeah, you can
executive
do it,
session.
yeah, I'm very confident that you will take action on it afterwards, I just wanna make sure you're aware of
Okay.
some technical things.
So we're just
Jeff
gonna,
and I haven't
do we have to
really
make a
talked about
motion
this.
or we're good?
you
Just,
just
my
need to
knowledge,
withdraw your motion in a
okay?
second.
okay.
Living proof that nothing screws up a good deal more than a good lawyer.
Which is why I didn't wanna say anything, every time I try to do something nice for you, this is what happens.
Okay, then I'll withdraw my motion to
The
approve.
administration's moving faster than the lawyers. How's
Yeah,
that? This is how we do it. in
You need to
business.
withdraw your second.
I'll withdraw my second, yeah.
Okay,
But since there won't be, I don't anticipate after executive session, the room seems to be a little sparse, but while we still have witnesses, I will remind the deputy director that when we do grant this authority, also comes with it the responsibility, when you act instead of the commissioners, please inform the commissioners what you did on our behalf.
Absolutely.
Okay? That took a while to train Mr. Armbruster. We're hoping you have a faster learning curve.
Have you finished with Mr. Armbruster?
Well, actually,
just a work in progress.
no, we're good with that.
I think-
I have no issues with that, and I will also let you know that these items will eventually get to the board business. So it's just the week in between the board
Correct.
meetings, so they will show up on your board business.
Okay,
Which is actually
We have
the
to-
goal of our current schedule, is that there's a 10-day period where actually all the work gets done. And then there's a 4-day period where we tell you what got done and what's going to get done. So, the whole purpose of this is allow the staff, including yourselves, to act and not have to worry about getting ready for a meeting every day. So hopefully, this is all part of a good thing that's happening, so,
Commissioner Moore,
aye,
Commissioner Riddell.
aye.
Number 11, adjust the salaries Lorain Municipal Court of Bailiffs representing the county's 2/5 share. General increases effective retroactive to January 1st of 2023. One, Bianca Villar at a new biweekly rate of $1,000.06. Peter Torres at a new biweekly rate of $1,015.04. Longevity effective retroactive to February 1st of 2023. One, Bianca Villar at a new biweekly rate of $1,080.06. Two, Peter Torres at a new biweekly rate of $1,075.94. Bilingual increase effective retroactive to June 1st of 23. One, Bianca Villar at a new biweekly rate of $1,097.64. And then general increases effective retroactive January 1st of 2024. One, Bianca Villar at a new biweekly rate of $1,141.54. Two, Peter Torres at a new biweekly rate of $1,118.98. And longevity effective retroactive January 1st of 2024. One, Bianca Villar at a new biweekly rate of $1,174.48. And two, Peter Torres at a biweekly rate of $1,133.95.
so moved.
Second?
Discussion.
Yes, who submitted this?
This comes from payroll. Megan.
From payroll? Okay. And I guess the question is, one of them goes back to January 1 of '23. So did we fail to get the memo, or did somebody fail to send the memo?
The courts kind of take their own leisure to get these reports over to the county in submission.
Well, just in case somebody's watching the dates and says, oh, they're a year and a half behind, because these are substantial, they average, they committed about 18% raises when you roll all these things together, so it's obvious we're paying a little catch-up here.
The catch-up came from the court system,
Yeah.
so they came back to us and said that we need to catch up back to 23 because of the negotiated. So it was not on the commissioners or through our
That's what I'm
payroll
getting
system.
for. I don't mind taking a bullet when we deserve to take the bullet. Thank you, Teresa.
Commissioner Moore,
Aye,
Commissioner Dell.
Aye.
Under Job and Family, 12, authorize a sub-grant agreement between JFS and Horizon Education Centers, North Olmsted, in the amount not to exceed $1,500,000 to provide a clothing, shoe, and jacket program for TANF-eligible households of Lorain County. This is effective June 1st of 24 through December 31st of 2024. Authorized director execute on behalf of the Board of Prosecutors' approval as to form and will be paid from the TANF account.
so moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore,
Aye,
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Number 13, authorize sub-grant agreement between JFS and Tower Educational Consulting Group, Inc., Lorain, in the amount not to exceed $65,900 to provide a clothing, shoe, and jacket program for TANF-eligible households of Lorain County. This is effective June 1st of '24 through December 31st of '24. Authorized director to execute on behalf of the board. Prosecutor's approval as to form and will be paid from the TANF account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, do we have anybody from JFS in? Not today? Okay.
Well, I think Barb is coming in, but.
Well,
just texting her to see what's going on.
Okay.
Commissioner Moore, at some point, we need to have a little conversation. There was a whole wave of dispensed money that ended up at $1 million for summer camps. And now there's a little over $1.5 million for winter clothing and so forth. And this is all good, but I'm concerned about how we're gonna manage this so that, these are different grants and hopefully they're going to different constituencies, so that the money's getting spread as far as it needs to be spread. And so at some point, I think I'd like to get Director Tamas, to come in and give us an idea how this, because it's all TANF money, folks. It's all state money that they direct her how to spend, but we have to approve it.
I would say that Barb is coming in to talk about what we discussed Tuesday. That's what executive session for, in my understanding. Having several conversations with Barb, I am very confident if we want to extend that executive session to talk about these grants, she will be more than ready to do so.
I just think there needs to be,
That would be an appropriate reason.
I'd like to make it a public discussion though about how they manage,
Yeah.
Well,
If she gets, I just text her, if she gets here before.
Yeah. Well, I've been involved in this before.
He is.
Uh-uh.
She hasn't even closed the door. She's.
Hey, Barb Tamas, come on down. Yeah,
the
because
Lord works in mysterious ways.
we're talking about the TANF, the 1.5 million, and I remember we've talked about this before Commissioner Riddell was here, and how you guys have a very good system of how to pass it out. Now beforehand, you can come on up, Barb, or sit down, whatever. The thing is, beforehand, I know you guys were working with the Boys and Girls Club, and they had volunteers with the Elyria Wrestling, or the wrestling groups, and I know they had systems in place. And just to help Commissioner Riddell out, maybe explain how you identify the families. And I forget the number, it was like 7,000 or 8,000 families. I can't remember what you guys.
It was, I'm not going to have that.
No, you don't need
Thank you. I'm
exact.
not going to have that exactly. Is this on? You can hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
but if you could explain like the distribution process, because I
Yes.
think it's in other communities. I'm
Well,
just setting you up since you just walked in.
It
I'm trying to help you.
I had a feeling when you said just in the nick of time, I didn't win a car. When you said, come on down. No, in the past, Commissioner Riddell, what we did is we had partnered with Boys and Girls Club. And Boys and Girls Club had a system whereby they subcontracted with a company and clothing was pre-selected. So the children would get something akin to 2 pairs of pants, 3 shirts. And the pants and the shirts would depend on whether there was uniforms in schools. Remember when it was like a white or blue shirt and khaki pants? 2 pairs of shoes, 2 coats, one a lighter weight, one a heavier weight, underclothing. And what families would do is they'd have to, eligibility would be determined by JFS. Once again, this is that TANF people get so sick of hearing me talk about, but eligibility is required. So you have to be, at this current point, about 136% of the federal poverty level in order to qualify. So eligibility determined by JFS, and then the clothing would be procured by Boys and Girls Club, and we would reimburse, and they would have these large duffels, and they'd pack them up for the kiddos. And were you ever around, Commissioner Moore, for any of those distribution days?
Yeah.
Amazing. What
yeah.
a feel-good time it was, because parents would pull up, or they would come in, and they would give the name, and of course, we would take the children's age, the sizes, the shoe sizes, just all of the sizes so that it could be tailored to the children. It occurred to me the last time I had done it with them, though, while I would go over there after the clothing was collected by Boys and Girls Club, I'd look at the clothes and I think, boy, these are fine-looking clothes. Nice sports shirts, nice tennies. Oh, they were wonderful. I thought they were wonderful. And then I thought to myself, even my own grandkids don't want me picking out clothing for them. So I thought, I wonder if these kids are actually wearing these clothes. I hope these kids are wearing these clothes. It occurred to me that it seemed like not the kind of clothing that I was seeing teenagers and young people wear. So when did this start? 2022? We did a pre-bidders conference.
Yeah.
So we were doing it, of course, we were doing the school clothing in 2017, 18, 19. 20, we had to cancel it because of the pandemic. And so 22, I wanted a pre-bidders conference, and all of the stakeholders came to the table. And I indicated to them, I don't want what could be interpreted by kiddos as welfare clothes. I don't want that look, that it was the standard shirt, the standard pairs of shoes, the standard, was there something better we could do? And I didn't know what was better, because we tried in the past to partner with Walmart, JCPenney, Kohl's, various stores, and they wouldn't partner with us. So can I mention one of the partners? Should I mention one of them? Okay. So Dave Smith from Horizon just absolutely soared last year.
And that's what we're voting on right now, so that's where we're in the discussion part. So.
There you go. He approached JCPenney. He got a contract with them. He also got an additional discount for the families that were eligible. He enveloped Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Boys and Girls Club applied last year, but it didn't fit the RFP. It wasn't in conformance with the RFP at all. So we didn't do anything with Boys and Girls Club. They did not apply this year. Boys and Girls Club did not.
Okay.
So what Dave Smith has taken to do, that I'm aware of from Horizon Education Centers, is reaching out to these other various organizations and saying, if you work with us and, we can get eligibility done, we have a system. And they had a system. Last year, Victor from El Centro, I believe, I hope I'm correct, I believe they had shoppers to go out with the families to procure the clothing, and then we would reimburse. But once they caught wind of how it was working with Horizon, I don't know if they're going to roll on into Horizon. But that's what it is. And so while we call it school clothing, I became aware last year that there were an issue with some of the families, that the kiddos that were in school were getting this clothing shipped to the home, and then their 4-year-old, 3-year-old siblings weren't getting any clothing because they weren't in school. It was school clothing. And it's like, well, that's not the intent of the program. So we had conversations around that as well. And it's clothing. It's clothing. We'll always call it school clothing, but it's clothing. And we're going to try to keep the program open. Coats aren't out right now, but let's be honest. All of us that have children, kids grow out of their clothes when they do. They don't wait until August to grow out of their clothing so that they can get a batch of school clothing. So we want to get this up and running and keep it running this year as long as we can, so that we can genuinely provide for the needs of those children and those families with the clothing needs. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Excellent. Any questions for me?
No, because it begs the question, and you gave a perfectly
Yes.
good answer, is
Yes.
why one grant is $1.5 million and the other grant for a different constituency is $86,000, so.
Yes, and they will come back to us, I think. If it is anything like last year, once they exhaust their funding and ask if we have additional funding, and if we do, we will submit something for the board to consider.
And if you do come back and you need, could you at least, I know you're caught off guard today, but let's say you come back, it's always good when you do, and I know you're organized, to say, hey, okay, here's how many families we helped, here's the numbers, and then, because we really need to take a look at, I don't want to say, I don't want to assume anything, but if we're giving more, I don't know what's the word for it, hand picking of clothes, and we're only helping 5,000 families instead of 7,500 families, then I have an issue. You know what I'm saying? That's
I
why
would be happy to
yeah.
provide
Okay, that's what I'm
statistics to
looking
that
at.
effect from the method that we used to use.
Right.
And then what we've been doing in 22 and 23. Oh, I would
That's
be
what-
happy
okay,
to
yeah.
do that. Yes, I'd be happy to
Okay.
share that with you. I'm always happy to come in. I just fear that the board gets sick of hearing me say TANF,
never,
TANF, TANF.
never.
Okay,
So,
fine.
I
All
would
right,
bet
thank you.
I would bet you had those statistics off the top of your head.
I thought she did, but
Thank you.
thanks for handling the last minute.
Is there anything else? Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Under Workforce Development, 14, amend Resolution 22-792 adopted November 9th of 22, an agreement between WDA and Lorain County Community Action Agency on the Buy Car Program. This amendment is to increase the value of the agreement by $176,000 for a new total of $616,000 and extending the term through June 30th of 25. This will be paid from the accounts We Adult Youth Funds and CCMEP TANF funds.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Airport 15, award contract to Erie Blacktop Inc., Sandusky, in the amount of $464,509.20 for Lorain County Regional Airport Rehabilitation Main Apron Project Phase 2. This was the only bid received on April 25th. Issue notice to proceed effective on or before June 17th, and complete said project on or before August 30th of 24. Authorize administrator to notify the auditor to release retainage at completion of contract and will be paid from the airport construction account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Engineer 16, receive and journalize the engineer's annual report on the condition of the ditches under county maintenance fund for the year 24, and authorize the auditor to assess for maintenance as recommended by the engineer for the year 2024 tax lien, year 2023, in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 6137.03.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
17, amend Resolution 23-467, adopted June 27, 2023, entering into consulting services agreement with Quality Control Inspection, Inc., in the amount of $138,208.50 for construction administration services associated with the Sandstone Parkway Phase 1. Said amendment is to reflect an increase in the amount of $20,800 to cover the additional administration and inspection time for a total contract amount of $159,008.50 to be paid from the capital improvement account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
18, approval and authorization of the execution and delivery of a development and sewer assessment agreement with 23601 Royalton Road LLC and Pullet Homes of Ohio LLC. Resolution 24-320 adopted May 10th of 24. This board acknowledged receipt of the petition, which is the Hickory Greens.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Under the Sheriff, 19, enter an agreement with Matthew A. Stempowski, DDS, Avon Lake, for the provision of dental services to the inmates. This is effective retroactive to March 1st of 2024 and expiring February 28th of 27 at a rate of $114 per hour for a maximum of 12 hours per month, and this will be paid from the professional services account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Do we have any, I doubt we have anybody from the sheriff here today.
Andy
but-
Albenthal's here.
Ah, perhaps you'd like to come up front to the front seat then and just a couple of simple questions.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, all. Andy Lobenthal, Lorain County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you. I see that it runs all the way through February 28th of 27, and I was just curious if there was a rationale to a contract that long.
Well, we have a bargain here, and we have a good relationship with Dr. Stempowski, and we'd like to keep his services. We previously came off of a 2-year with a 1-year renewal and chose to just wrap this into a 3-year.
Very good. Is there anything significant about February the 28th as opposed to, December 31st or?
I prefer to move the contracts off of the first of the year simply because it's a changeable time when we have our, the way the year closes in early December and then opens again in January. There's so many on January. I'm just trying to spread them out through the year to make it a little bit easier.
Which we appreciate.
Good answers.
Talked about before.
Good answers. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
County Administrator.
Good morning, Commissioners. Here's an update to our previous report with regards to the OSU extension. They had originally made an allocation request probably about a month ago now. They have, when we've met with them on several occasions, introduced them to some resources that may assist them in some of their asks. They have resubmitted a new allocation request, which is less than what they originally submitted. That request is $107,475. And what we've asked them to do is to go back to their 2018 county allocation, which was $90,000. And we asked them to put a 3% increase for each year. Since that seems to be what our personnel expenses are, to at least get them back on track with regards to that. The majority of our allocation does go for personnel. So you'll probably be seeing that at our next board meeting on Tuesday. Also, this is pretty exciting news. Tom Orlando, our clerk of courts, they've just announced that they are extending their operating hours in their Elyria Auto Title office, which is first floor of the county administration building. And that extension of hours is going to start June 25th, effective June 25th. And so their hours on Monday will go 8:15 to 4:30, Tuesday evenings, 8:15 to 6:30 p.m. So that's the big change for the clerk of court's office. So auto title will be open late Tuesday night here at the administration building.
Will there other services be included in that?
I believe
Is
all
it
the
the office
clerks.
will be open or
Yes.
just the auto title?
Yes, the office, the whole office will be open.
Okay.
So they'll be able to do more than just passports, I take it.
Yes, more than passports, whatever the clerk of court's office needs to do.
But I think it's the title division, correct? I don't think the regular,
It says auto title and passport division.
Yeah, he's asking to keep the first floor unlocked and open.
here,
Yeah,
not, the clerk of course has two different divisions.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
let's make sure we're
Here at
clear.
the admin building.
yeah, here in the admin, not at the
Yeah.
Justice Center.
So
Justice
here,
Center services are different, it won't be open outside of normal business.
right, so what the board, I hope you remember, we did some security upgrades here at the administration building, which allows us to basically lock down areas of the building that aren't being used, which is how we've been able to make this work, so that the auto title office can stay open later during the week. To help those folks out that work till 5 o'clock, and, you know, we had limited hours here, so hopefully this will take off, and it'll be a success for the clerk of courts.
Are they gonna need deputies to? No?
No.
Okay.
No. Gotta remember, we're.
Trying to get you guys overtime.
So, and Mr. Armbruster.
So continuing to bring down the silo walls, working with the clerk of courts, again, Tom Orlando's group, Kate over there, and Marilyn Velez in the Record Center and IT, Karen and I. We've been working through the records retention, and Marilyn Velez has actually come upon a company called Knowledge Lake. We've had several conferences with them, and with not only IT, Karen and myself, and Kate. Very excited they're going to be doing some testing with Maryland to try to enhance our records for the clerk of courts, starting where we are now in the scanning devices and not actually starting back 15 years ago, starting now and seeing how this proof of concept's going to work. And so, again, the administration, the commissioner's office, trying to bring those silo walls down and working together for the taxpayers of Lorain County rather against one another. So we look forward to that being a success, and Kate's really excited about it, and so are we over here. It's pretty exciting to see people smile rather than frown. That completes my report.
That's one of the complaints I hear is the clerk of courts where you can't get online and scan, and it just takes a while to get those documents, so this should keep lawyers happy, right, Dan?
Always happy.
Kudos to the clerk of courts and to the staff for improving the hours for the citizenship for daily activities. You know, if you're lucky you know, with the employee shortage today, it's not easy to get off of work because there's not somebody there, so you need to do a lot of things after work, and I think that Mr. Orlando has shown, you know, some great leadership in this, and I hope the rest of us will continue to follow in that wherever possible to improve access to services for the people.
Okay. Next Tuesday at 4:30, we'll have a commissioners meeting, and this is regards to a proposed vacation of existing right-of-ways on Park Place Drive and Park Boardwalk Avenue in Eaton Township. Board correspondence.
Move to suspend the reading of the board correspondence. Waive the reading.
I'll second the motion to waive the reading of the board correspondence.
Discussion. Commissioner Riddell.
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Is there any new business?
No, just a quick announcement that it's been brought to our attention that there's a meeting scheduled for the commissioners for July 5th, the Friday after the July 4th. And in deference to the numbers of staff people and public that will be out enjoying a 4-day weekend, we will make an announcement shortly, but we are considering not having that meeting on July the 5th. So if there's any input from anybody that would make it necessary to do that, now's your time to speak up and tell us we're actually needed. Thank you, Teresa.
Any comment?
I have no forms for public comment either.
The clerk's report, we have a meeting Tuesday,
We do, at 4:30,
is that here?
yes.
Okay,
Okay, so
there was a rumor that we would have to visit the site,
You already did that.
okay. Very good.
move to, what? We already did that,
We did that.
If the board decides to go into executive
but
session,
that's what we're about to do.
I would suggest that.
Okay.
One of the reasons to go into executive session is that there are matters we intend to discuss that are otherwise required to be kept confidential by existing law. And also, if the board chooses, I met with outside counsel briefly last week, and I can give you a brief update on current and pending litigation. If that's in addition to the reasons stated by the clerk.
Thank you.
I was just gonna move to go into exec, so.
Move to adjourn to go to
No,
exec.
no,
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 we're
we're
not.
not moving to adjourn. How do you want us to make the motion?
I would suggest. that the
I'm gonna have
motion
you
is-
say it because
suggest that
you're the
the motion-
lawyer.
I would suggest a motion to go into executive session for the reasons stated by the clerk, as well as because certain matters are otherwise required to be kept confidential by, in this case, federal law, and as well as to receive an update on pending litigation from the Assistant County Prosecutor. That would be my suggested motion. One of you would like to say,
Yes.
Yes,
If you move-
I'll move to, go into exec based on the recommendation from the assistant prosecutor. How's that?
So moved. Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell.
Aye. We're short on protocol, but we make it up in success.
Would you like to?
Yeah, I'll take that stuff with me. Well, no, I'm talking to the guy in the
Oh.
back. You can talk to the public. I'm here just to, you know.
Okay. It's 11:42. We are returning from executive session. And we need to complete the personnel summary sheet.
Those are- I don't know if Russell knows how to put that on there.
It should automatically come up, I'm hoping. Because the light's on.
Motion to approve item number 8, the personnel summary sheet.
Does that come automatically on? Do I have to do something differently?
I'll plug it in. Or reboot.
Okay, well, you made a motion to approve the summary sheet.
And we just want to show that.
Yep.
Second.
Okay.
Discussion.
Oh, we'll wait and show it. That's part of the discussion. Or I can hold it up and we can zoom in on it.
I don't- How are you gonna do that?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, well, I guess you could.
Here, why don't you hand it over to me? I'll do something even old school. How's that?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I'll just read it.
Well, what if you hold, like you said, because I think that camera could pick it up once they zoom in on it. No?
We're approving Jessica Nojak, stormwater technician, new hire, June 24th, 2024, $29.02. And Job and Family Services, new hire, Victoria Carroll, unit support worker 1E, June 24th, 2024 at $14.87.
It says, okay.
Oh, that's his, yeah.
Yes. Discussion. Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
Commissioner Dow.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, and then item number 10, we believe we tabled it. Teresa, you disagree?
There is no table.
No,
I mean,
we withdrew the motion, so
We withdrew it.
we'll just put it
Okay.
back, we'll just put it back on at the next meeting, so I guess we're done.
Okay, meeting is adjourned.